Hello, my name's John. I'm from the band Space Six. That's our slot, and that's our website if you're interested in that sort of stuff. I'm a producer, and I'm interested in like funky grooves, funky beats, stuff like that. So I was looking online, seeing what was available, some videos, how to make a funky beat, that kind of stuff. And there wasn't an awful lot out there, so I thought I'd have a go at doing it myself. I've never done this before, so if it's shit, sorry, but hopefully it'll be useful. So I think the first thing to do is if I play the beat, this is from one of our Bass 6 songs called Something. If I play the beat, you can hear what it sounds like. If you think it's funky, stick with us. I'll show you how I made it. So here you go. Well, first of all, let's get it on the right thing. So here we go. Okay. That's the beat. Don't know what you think of it, but what I'll do is I'll just loop this bit around and then kind of break it down. So first of all, when you're starting with a beat, I kind of tend to start with the kicks. Well, actually, first of all, BPM, let's have a look. It's 85 BPM up here. Nice and slow. For a funky tune, you don't really want to be doing like 160 or anything like that. I work with a rapper. It's kind of quite a good tempo, 85, 90, 95, quite good tempos for hip-hop, rap, that kind of stuff. Let's just hear. I tell you what. Let's just hear a bit of a rap with the tune. So you can
rap so vast, everybody sees it in a rhyme that surpasses spoken word, 'cause you feel it. Faith in the power of the divine vibration.
Anyway, you get the idea. But it just gives a nice paced tempo. Okay, so let's break down the track and have a look at it in more detail. Starting off with the kick drums. It's kind of often a good foundation for the tune. This particular track, there are 4 different kick tracks. We'll start off with the basic one, which is 4 on the floor. It's just an audio file, 4 on the floor. Pretty straightforward. It's not like right up front of the mix. This is not like a kind of a pumping boom 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 kind of track, but it just underpins the beat there. Although I don't know if you noticed the last kick of the 4-bar sequence is missing. I kind of like that because it leaves a bit more room for the final clap, and then it kind of leads back into the beat again. But that's pretty straightforward. 4 on the floor. The main kind of kick rhythm, I'll try and show it to you on here. Here you go, that's the actual pattern. And what it sounds like is this. It's kind of quite a nice kick drum sound. That is actually a plugin called Tremor. Really like it for electronic drum sounds. If you don't have it, there's plenty of other stuff out there. Ultrabeat's got a lot of good sounds, and you can make stuff up in there as well. But I wanted, with this sound, it's quite an electronic drum sound, so I wanted to add a natural kick as well. I don't know if you can hear. I'll check this out a second. So that's like a normal kick drum, and it's just slightly underpins the main kick and gives it a little bit more warmth. And then there's the final kick element. Again, I'll try and play the patterns. And it's a thinner kick drum sound. I use it as sort of as a counter kick, and just to sort of add a little bit of a groove. So this is that's the actual sound, but you'll hear it against the other kick drums. I'm just put it on a loop. So in fact, let's get it to here. Let's just try and get that. Let's try and get that. We'll get there. Okay, so this is the rhythm. Can you hear that? That's on the beat. There you go. So it's kind of got to add the flick. Let's put the 4 on the floor on as well. Okay, so that's kind of the kick drums. That's what they do. Let's add in the other elements. There's a clap I've got. One from Tremor. And I've got 2 claps actually. This one's from, I think it's an 808 sort of sample, something like that. Just adds a little bit more depth to the claps. Then I've got an offbeat hi-hat. I've also got 2 hi-hats. The second hi-hat is it's actually a sample, well, not a sample, it's a MIDI file of a played hi-hat. It's not absolutely on the beat, especially for like some of the in-between notes. If you have a look, you'll see that some of the beats kind of hover around being kind of not absolutely on the grid, and that gives it quite a lot of swing. You can kind of synthesize the swing sometimes by using kind of swing, 16th swing B, C, if you apply that to a straight quantized groove. It can give you a bit of swing. This one's actually just human feel, but let me just play, let's just play the hi-hat on its own. So you hear how it's got that kind of got that swing on it. I'll put it down, and it's going to be a bit loud on the mix. Then we put it inside the beat. Yeah, it's got kind of, we're pretty much there really. One other final element that I haven't talked about is just a bounce down recording of a simple beat through an amp simulator to give a kind of bit of grit to it. Now there's this sound here. Taking quite a lot of bass out of it, bottom end. It's just kind of gives a bit of graininess, a bit of grit to the beat. And that's it really, that is the rhythm. There is one thing to probably also mention, I'm sure most of you guys know this, but with kick drums, anything, you want to take off the bottom end below anywhere between about 30 to about 50 hertz, because you're not going to hear it, your speakers aren't going to play it, but it's going to take up bandwidth. And by taking out the very bottom end, strangely enough, you give a bit more sort of beef to your kicks. And you'll notice that pretty much all the kicks I've got on the EQ, that one's kind of as the counter kick, and I've taken quite a lot off that so that it doesn't take up the very bottom end. This one probably be much the same. Yeah, from about 50, that one. It's, you know, it's a well-worn technique, but well worth doing because it really does add punch to your kick drums. One other little technique I'll probably just talk about for a few seconds before leaving you guys is I've got some rides later on in the track, and I'm using the side chain. This is something that just kind of adds pump to a pattern. So first of all, here's the side chain. I'm using this as another kick sounds because going through a bus 6. Which then doesn't have any output, and then I'm using on this compressor, which is on the rides. It's side chain through bus 6. So what I'll do is, if I play the rides without the side chain, you'll hear just they're quite a flat rides pattern. I won't do because it'll jump straight back there. Let's go back to where we were. Let's turn it up a little bit. Okay, so that's that. But if you add the side chain, you hear it kind of, and then put the kicks in. I run out of kicks there. Let's just do it, move back a bit. Where is it? It's there, ride's coming in. So yeah, nice little thing, very well worn technique in dance music, but it definitely helps to add some movement to, especially if it's a constant sort of sound like those rides are. Just adds a bit of movement. So that's it really, that's the beat. Hope you've enjoyed sort of hearing about how it was made. If you want to check out the song that we did, it's up online under Basics Band channel. It's called Something, or you can go to our website, which is basics.net. Hopefully you'll make some great funky tunes from now on, and hopefully I'll see you guys another time. Bye for now.